Last Saturday I was finally able to try the prototype of the KoumKoum. I managed to get it in a working state, with everything working and in a rideable situation. I managed to get it in a shape where I could ride it without anything breaking, and with the KoumKoum actually propelling me. The good news is that it was really great fun. That sensation of being pushed forward by the feet, it just gliding. It's like normal roller skates, but it just never stops. And so we just continue moving on and on and on forwards, and it is quite difficult to describe, but also quite pleasant. The other really good news is that it was comfortable. So the size of the wheels, their arrangement, and the frame I made for the KoumKoum to be rideable, all this was working superbly on a bicycle lane that is granted of quite good quality, but you have seen in the video also a bit awkward at places. And so it was not shaking too much. My feet survived, it was really pleasant, the electronics survived, the motors survived, not much shakes. This is something that made me a little bit afraid that maybe it would be comfortable enough, but the KoumKoum itself would not survive shaking that much. And also something that worked quite well is that the KoumKoum always remained on my feet. So it was quite secured there, quite a nice feeling. And also at some point I rode on a pebble that I did not see, and so I lifted my feet a little bit to sort of balance myself, and nothing bad happened. So if it were a skateboard, for instance, lifting a foot and then up, the skateboard would have been gone and I would have had to run after it or do something else like this. But because the KoumKoum is attached to the feet, I had no problem. And so that also confirms that everything that makes the KoumKoum is working. The motor is working, the chain is working, the sprockets are working, even though they were having a bit of a hard time because that's the only part of the KoumKoum that is 3D printed. The electronics were working, doing everything that they had to do, and the frame was working. The KoumKoum is 3D printed for now. Like, for sure, the final version will be die-cast aluminum, but die-casting and even any form of sand casting or anything involving metal is very expensive. I cannot risk the money of casting 1 or 2 KoumKoums and just see that it's not working well, or maybe doesn't attach well to the feet or something like this. So it is a 3D printed frame, but a 3D printed frame would never hold my weight. And so a bit of a last minute idea is that instead of normal axles that would go from there to there, just side to side of the wheels, and then the foot would be on here, I just bought some metal bar like this that serves as an axle and then spreads my weight directly to the wheels. Now there is still one problem, is that you can see that the two axles, the front and the back axles, are quite far from each other. And so to address that issue, it's very DIY, made a wooden plate, steel painted so that it doesn't look too bad, with the straps on. Normally the straps go on there. And this has little sections that allow it to attach up and to rest on top of those axles. And with that I was able to put my foot here, and it is very strong and it worked perfectly. And so with that, it's the progress report of the KoumKoum early October 2025. Everything seems to be on track for shipment during the summer 2026.